What made this challenge more successful is because of the nerf. This is why we sunk with about 500,000 worth of loot. But it wasn't our fault. Let me explain. Stacking is a big deal in Sea of Thieves. It always brings life to the sea. It's the act of piling up as much loot as possible before selling, but from server limitations versus the ease of getting loot. The more treasure you have on board, the more people are attracted to you. But that's the predictable enemy. Still, more issues might arise in your adventure, like low frame rates, being stuck in black screens, and things not responding. But that's not all. Imagine you're a Reaper 5 emissary, with all that visible on the map for everyone to see. You'd think things got more accessible and easier since developers decided to make the game cater to newer players. But that's not the case. Sometimes it gets much harder to a level that makes you question if it's still Sea of Thieves you're playing. You see, in Season 9, Rare decided to scale every world event in Sea of Thieves to that of surrounding crews and players within range to make it easier, since, in most cases, it's a single crew, solo, or things with the expected degree of difficulty. It generally made the game feel easier, which affects the frequency of attacks and the health of the enemy you are fighting. But what if you are alone in a brigantine, fighting an Ashen Lord, and suddenly realize he is throwing constant straight rocks at your ship non-stop? This is an interesting discussion. What made this AI go to hardcore mode? Is there a cap to how difficult AI could be? What was the cause of this change? This is what happens when you play by the rules. We started a challenge called Stack or Sink. We aren't allowed to sell any item until the end of the stream for at least 6 hours. All loot except gunpowder barrels goes on the ship and stays on the top deck for everyone to see. You have to be a Reaper emissary and complete every world event and opportunity, from Fort of Fortune, several Ashen Lords, Flameheart Fleet, Fort of the Damned, and whatever pops in front of you. But something went wrong. A good type of wrong. That made us realize Sea of Thieves is much better with stacking. Even though we made it to activate Fort of the Damned, it wasn't a smooth ride. We had already caught a few tuckers at our Fort of Fortune, spared Athena's run of Thieves Haven, sunk a galleon that tried to steal our Flameheart fleet, and fought our way to our current status. And this is where the nerf started to kick in. To bring more life to the server, after activating Fort of the Damned, we tried to be as efficient as possible. As I try and complete Fort of the Damned with Jackie, Rocket takes the brigantine to our third Ashen Lord. Unlike our first one, where we killed him with cannons before he even fired a shot, this one was different. Fewer people on the ship, which technically should make him easier, right? But he was at peak performance. And when you notice this peak performance, know that you are about to witness the peak of Sea of Thieves. See, stacking brought a lot of ships to us. We are visible, Reaper, and always present at a world event. Including an activated Fort of the Damned, the server became every crew's dream. But with dreams, we get nightmares. Rocket realizes a constant barrage of attacks from Ashen Lord. That difficulty is much higher than that of a single crew. With Jackie and me on Fort of the Damned, Rocket suddenly calls for help. And our ship had sunk as it was too late. Not to any player, but actually, players were the cause. Little did we know that a brigantine and a sloop together were approaching our ship from behind the island. With them in range, it caused Ashen Lord to go much harder, as the nerf skilled to crews within range, as it thinks 3 crews are attacking it, not leaving a chance for Rocket to bail, and every shot was accurate to his head, since he was the only one within shooting range. This is fine, we sink. And even though the challenge was stack or sink, we could retrieve our loot this time, since we did not sink to another player, but to AI. However, as Rocket started trying to harpoon the treasure, all the frame rates began playing around, and suddenly, both ships are there, managing to kill the crew and get our 500,000 worth of loot. During that time, at Fort of the Damned, I was suddenly approached by the emissary Athena we spared earlier. After a few battles, I ended up dying and returning to my brigantine to help the crew. So now, within a few minutes, we lost all our treasure, lost our Fort of the Damned, and went back to 0. So we had to approach carefully. This is why Sea of Thieves is better with stacking. The peak battles, interactions, and destruction of the stacked treasure we had caused brought back the early days, when adventure was the story and glory was the cause. The challenge is now, we needed to sink every enemy that had a piece of our treasure, and then speed back to Fort of the Damned before the sloop leaves with the rest of our loot. So we started sharp, now against 2 brigantines and 2 sloops. This was peak Sea of Thieves.
Cut him! Cut him! Cut him! Cut him! Gotta sleep! Come to me now! No.
There's 2 brigs behind it too.
It literally feels like they're protecting that.
Angle sails.
We got wind.
Angle sails. Angle. The server's lagging so badly. There's a skeleton ship, Meg.
Megadon too high, yeah. This is peak Sea of Thieves,
sloop.
right? Look at that. This is peak Sea of Thieves.
The raising sails. Ram him, honestly. It will give him some holes. Well, you guys light him, yeah? I'm gonna go bod. I'm going for the bod.
I got a very nice gift for them.
Nice! Light him. Keep going. Anchored.
I'm going there.
Killed one. Killed one. Killed him. Both dead.
Sorry, Jackie.
We need more. Literally camp him. Jackie, you come back
The
here.
thing is, we were full wind. And Phuzzy's
They're
like on
almost,
board.
they're almost down. They're almost down. They're almost down. Yeah, just come back here, Jackie. Phuzzy. Get ready. Because we're about to spawn back. One's here. Got him.
Here's the other guy.
Yep. Nice, got him.
Killed him.
GG, guys. GG's. I'm ready to see all the loot float up. This is gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad. It's gonna be so. Oh my god. There's so much.
After that,
Okay.
we need to sink the, look at these there. The 2 brigs.
Okay, so they dropped something, and this brig got it. Go to the brig.
The brig has our loot in the front. They have stuff in the front, yep.
Jackie, sorry, Phuzzy, double board. You ready to?
Yeah, but you have to anchor them. Oh, they dropped sails before I got there.
Anchored. I've got a keg with a name on it.
Phuzzy, start shooting.
Drop anchor. I found loot already. Let's raise Reaper and continue straight to Fort of the Damned.
What is it? I didn't. Oh,
You can go.
Athena's still here.
We don't have the Athena.
Phuzzy, I think they're about a ram.
That-
The other guys are probably about to sell it.
No. No, please no, please no. Hello, come back. Come on. Hello, my friend.
I've got an anchor ball with her name on it.
So listen, we don't have the Athena. We have not the Athena, dude.
just make sure
Yeah.
you got the right shot.
It's okay. You can go. We shot.
Go more left, Jackie, a bit.
We have not the Athena.
Surprise! They didn't know we were here. Nice.
Anchored.
What a coward.
Keep
Ooh,
going.
that was a chain shot.
We're dead. I'm going sweat mode now. I ain't letting no sleep go away. You're about to be done. GG.
That's a very decent amount of loot.
Yeah. Like, enough to get us 5?
Oh yeah, more, ooh, way more than 5.
That was worth it.
If you want to see live action like this, you will find me on my Twitch channel, streaming at least 3 times per week. Link in the description below. Would you like to stack or sink? Share your adventures below. Phuzzy here. Happy sailing.